Hello, welcome to Tuesday's group chat edition of United Daily. Here's what's coming up on today's show.
We'll be talking about the man in the moment, Marcus Rashford.
We'll also be talking about fixture congestion and injuries.
And also about the international breaks.
And finally, we'll be talking about Manchester United duo Fred and McTominay.
Well, let's start with the news that Marcus Rashford will not now report for international duty with England until Thursday, until further tests are carried out on the injury that he had at Everton. It looked like a shoulder injury towards the end of that game. Ben, you were there. I mean, I suppose it's crucial, first of all, during this international break that any of our players don't play with any hint of injury.
Yeah, I mean, we heard Ollie's interview after the game. Obviously, he touched on the fixture congestion as well, and how little time they'd had to prepare. But there were, apart from Marcus, there were a couple of others. Luke Shaw went off with an injury. Obviously, Victor Lindelof, we knew, was still feeling his back from before that, but got through the game. But he was maybe feeling twinges. And it is important that obviously we do have a full squad to choose from, when we get back, and to use this time, hopefully, in these next sort of 10 days to 2 weeks to make sure that any little niggles that people have got and any injuries that we've got are well treated.
Well, on that point, there's news coming out of the club today. The left back Luke Shaw sustained a hamstring injury during Saturday's game against Everton. He will now be out for around a month.
And Rashford's after this here. Kraft ain't going to catch him. Rashford! Marcus Rashford, MVP!
And Danny, just a word on Marcus, because we spoke about him a lot during the original version of this show, during the original lockdown. Since then, he's made the government change policy twice, U-turn twice. A remarkable achievement for such a young man.
You know what, the thing for me is, you hear a lot of people say when they get a platform that they're going to use it well, when they set off with the best intention. And they said at the beginning of their career, if he ever hits any heights, they'd always use it to help the community. And I think they've done that and gone even further. As you can see, the whole nation is benefiting from it, and they've done it with class. It's not distracted from his football. It's just been a case of, let me use my power and my platform to do everything I can. And it's remarkable for somebody so young and the team around him to be able to achieve what they have. And I think it's only the beginning, if I'm honest.
There's absolutely no common sense whatsoever that we play on 12:30 kickoff here today, and the demands on it. We've lost players through injury because of that.
Now, the topic of fixture congestion, Ollie was very, very strong about that in the wake of United's victory at Everton, just a few hours after he returned from Istanbul. Fixture congestion, which Ollie says leads to injuries, and may well have led to injuries, like Marcus Rashford, and the possible reintroduction of 5 substitutes. Lads, what do you think of what Ollie said about that, and also would you be in favour of 5 subs coming back as they were in the initial post-lockdown phase?
Listen, ultimately, I do think it is stronger, and it's more helpful for the better teams with the bigger squads. But unfortunately, there's so many games. I mean, if we're playing Thursday, Saturday, anything can happen there. Realistically, that's not enough time to recover at all.
I don't understand the thinking behind knowing that they were going to be on a long flight back from Turkey, not landing till the early hours of Thursday morning, and then expecting them to prepare within 48 hours for a critical game against Everton at lunchtime. They definitely could have found another niche for that.
5 subs, lads, is that the way forward?
Ian Wright said something on a Match of the Day the other night, that if it's Champions League versus Champions League and you want to do 5 subs, then so be it. But I think it's got to be across the board. Either stick with 3 or bring 5 in. But bringing 5 subs in will always benefit the bigger and better squads, as Wes said.
Well, talking about fixtures, United will have now players spread far and wide all over the world because of the latest tranche of international fixtures. Thankfully, the last international break till March. But a lot of teams are having to play 3 games in the international break. Now, we've just spoken about fixtures, lads. 3 games during the international break. Is that necessary?
They're absolutely brain dead, aren't half of them? They are. They don't care about the club football, the players. get as many games in as they can. And as you say, Stu, you know, Victor not going to Denmark, rightly so, because it's Manchester United that pays his wages. And if that's the case, then so be it.
And also, Ben, United have also got players now who will be playing in South America. And that's another issue, isn't it, for coaching staff, is players coming back from long haul flights with just a short amount of time to prepare.
But yeah, they're going to be in exactly the same boat as United were on this occasion going into the Everton game, that people are coming back from South America. So it is going to be a slight worry for Ole Gunnar, not just with the injuries that he's already got to cope with at the moment from the Everton game, but worrying about whether people are going to get injured away on international duty, playing unnecessary friendlies when they've got qualifiers to really be focusing on, and also to make sure that that the fatigue doesn't play a factor.
Let's talk about United's midfield as well. Fred and McTominay appear to be the preferred option in plenty of games for Manchester United. They were outstanding, I thought, at Everton on Saturday. They meshed together so well, and they seem to be ideal in plenty of games for Manchester United.
For me, him and Scott right now are the best two midfielders in there. They put a screen on the back four. I mean, I spoke to Ben after the game and I said Scott was brilliant because of the screen he put on Calvert-Lewin, because that was the only ball they had, and Scott nullified that.
I just feel them two sitting in there, they get about the pitch, they break stuff up. You know, they're always running, they're always trying to tackle, and they don't really take a foot off at all. And I think Ollie sees that, and understandably he plays them, because he knows they'll do the naughty work in there and get about the players, the opposition. So the work rate for me has been exceptional from them two.
Well, that's it from Tuesday's edition of United Daily. We'll see you again tomorrow.